Morning everyone, welcome along to Going Places 110. Going to be heading for Revolutions today, which is Scotland's only Morgan dealer. Should be a few cars out. You're joining us on a particularly cold but thoroughly pleasant winter's morning. So yeah, let's go and meet the rest of the guys and head up and have a look at some Morgans. Before we go anywhere though, first thing's always going to be a pit stop and some breakfast. So here we are. Obviously chosen the healthy option. Yeah, let's get something to eat.
Steady what you're doing.
Look at that, the food of champions. Got my bacon and cheese flatbread and my Christmas coffee. Well, that tasted as good as it looked, but for £1.89, you know, can't grumble too much. Not a bad turnout so far.
Just while he was there, and they said 230 a time.
I like that actually. So that's breakfast. That's breakfast being had. We're going to set sail for Revolutions Morgan in Perth. So here we are, outside of Revolutions Morgan in Perth. Being very kindly invited up by the guys at Morgan to have a look at some of their cars today. So we'll certainly do that. And we'll also take a look, sun's right in my eyes there, that was good. There we go, and we'll also take a look at some of the cars that have made the trip today as well. So, come with me. For anybody that's foolish enough to tell you that Morgans are old-fashioned, these are lovely. And that is clearly a BMW gear stock. There is some precision parking going on here. Never going to get another opportunity to have a look underneath one of these.
Hi everybody, there's some bacon, rolls and teas and coffee if you want to come through, and Elliot's just going to give us a couple of minutes on what Morgan's about if you want to just pop through next door.
I like this one.
You like that one?
In Scotland, so nice big territory for us. Family business, been going since 2008 here, although we've somewhat outgrown the place in the last couple of years, and you can tell by the number of Morgans touching around the place. This is the main showroom, combination of new cars, used cars, Super 3, something a bit more special. Next door, where all the real work happens, there are the workshops, which are again absolutely grand. For more technical questions, you've got Martin over there and Paul somewhere.
Answering technical questions.
There we go, that's his natural habitat. So they're more than happy to answer any questions you might have. And we also have another unit, which is just down at the end beside the orange Ford Ranger, which has got another sort of 10 or 12 sales cars in it too. So we do everything from new cars, used cars, general maintenance and servicing, full nut and bolt restorations. There's a really nice example of one that's almost finished on a ramp through there. Bit of racing, and we've recently just opened up a storage facility as well for dry, indoor, trickle charge, undercover, proper car storage. So make yourselves at home, and the four of us are more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
You want to know a bit about the different models, but then it gets a bit more technical. The problem with Morgan is, if I showed you a 1952 and 55 car, it looks exactly the same or pretty well to the very latest car, so it can be a bit confusing. Currently, there's 3 cars in range. Super 3, 3-cylinder Ford engine car, 3-wheel obviously, full monocoque, chassis with no wood, first Morgans that we made without wood. Then they have the 2 of the bonnets up, for instance, a +4, and that is a 4-cylinder turbocharged BMW engine, manual or automatic. And then you have +6, which is a 3-litre twin-turbo BMW engine, and that is a wider, it's a bigger car. In fact, we just did tests at Mira, however you pronounce it, and officially now that's 3.6 seconds to 60, which is pretty good considering there's no traction control as such as stability control, but that's quite good performance. It's only about 1,000 kilos, so it is a proper rocket of a car, but with modern luxury. What we're finding is, why we've got so many used cars here just now, the age of the Morgan owner is basically above 50, and I'm being polite. And some of them are getting less flexible as we reach 70 or whatever age we're all getting to, and people are seeing the sort of end of their Morgan life coming, thinking, right, what am I going to do now? And the new models that breathe, if you like, sort of fresh air to them. They're changing their older ones to the newer ones. +6 going in automatic, but it's obviously people using paddle shifts, you can use it manually. The doors are wider, they're easier to get in and out of for us, that are less flexible than they used to be, and there's a degree of luxury that was never there before, which takes nothing away from the old cars, which are slightly smaller, but more hard work. You'll know that. Yeah. But equally, huge pleasure from a more traditional Morgan. I can't go through the whole range of cars that have been around all these years, but just before the current ones, we had 3 in that shape, a 4.4 which was 1600, a +4 which was a 2-litre, and a Roadster which is a 3.7. So we've got a bit of everything here, and by all means, point and ask, and we can show you and tell you all about different things. Now, the Brooklyn's the 2-tone car there with silver one, that's the 3.7 Roadster. about 8 to 900 kilos. That is pretty quick. And the plus 4 was always probably our best seller because the 1600 that people thought would be too slow. 3.7 too much for most people, so people defaulted to the plus 4. As it happens, you know, the V44 actually rode better because it was smaller, less jiggly, and then there was just a rocket, but very engaging. But we've got a bit of everything here, so by all means just look around. I don't know how many cars are on site, but 40 models on site, so we can discuss any individual one as you please. People obviously have a look at that, which is a bit unusual. There only made 8 of those, harking back to the old Morgan days of trials and hill climbs where Morgan used to win a lot. So that's a bit of an extreme example. They employed Rally Brake, who are quite known for building Dakar type cars. And they come up with this collaboration, which is amazing. Incredible off-road. But meant not as a competition car so much as an extreme adventure car. So they only made 8, that is 8 of 8. One's been kept at the factory, we sold the other one to a chap in Aaron. And we're happy to take a couple $100,000 off it today if you want that one. It's going to be a bit different. So again, there's a lot. I'm not going to go into just now. Those that are interested in that, by all means, chat to us individually, go over different details of it. And anything else. Have you got any sort of questions you want to ask at this point, or just want to do it sort of quietly individually, or we don't know what engines they're going to use. They don't tell us what's happening. They've just announced the last couple of days that there's a collaboration with Pininfarina, and there's a new thing coming. I'm sure it's based on the plus 6 chassis. The document chassis that we use, it's traditional cars, which have a ladder chassis and a wooden frame bolted on top, which the body's nailed to, or the body panels. The new called CX platform cars, there's a monocoque chassis, so it's all alloy, it's like a tub. So you're sitting in it instead of on it, but they're still using, in fact they're using more wood than the new ones, because the cars are bigger. So the frames of these cars you actually sit in, and you can see when the bonnet's up, you see all the wood, so it's still got the wood shop and the craftsmen that feel plain wood. The great thing was to get more access to what's going on in that kind of factory than anywhere else. So right up the car factory, you see the planing wood and things from the chapters, it's not that it's a terrific experience. But also friendly. Just health and safety got involved a wee bit now, you've got to walk down little red lanes instead of just wandering, but it's still just pretty well as it was. They've been in that factory since 1909, I think. No, 1914.
So here we are in the Morgan Plus 4. Just been getting a little bit of a story about the different cars. BMW running gear, BMW engines. Actually a really comfortable place to be. Actually deceptively spacious as well. There's thousands of miles of space above you. For any very young viewers, this is a handbrake. Actually no harder to get in and out of than any other two-seater. It's a remarkably comfortable thing to sit in. These seats are great. So a really interesting chat with the Morgan owners there. Turns out by volume it's actually the largest Morgan dealer in the world, apart from the factory of course. But yeah, a really interesting variety of motors here. You see the ball behind me. Let's keep having a look around.
Previously went somewhere else. And the game took a year to sort it out.
But you do need to be flexible.
And there were issues in there.
I really do like this. This is lovely.
Yeah, see it now. And you. Aces inside of that. Love the wheels and that. That's cool.
Funny thing was when I was looking at it, sun keeps sneaking up. It wasn't very much on the end for that. It's no match car. And I found it down south.
Something there.
Yeah, the headlights are different than that one. There's more functionality in the headlights now.
Did you notice the light?
10 years of
I restored an Austin J40 pedal car for my son when he was little.
So here we are in the Plus 6. Again, a remarkably solid looking car. Powered by a BMW 3 litre. To somebody like myself, the uninitiated, you kind of be surprised at how modern and comfortable the interior of these cars actually are. There you go, the options list, or the list here for this stunning looking Plus 6. Retails for 117,000. Sounds like a lot of money, but it is a stunning looking thing. So there you go, thanks very much for watching the video here. Thanks very much again to the guys at Morgan for having Autobahn Scotland along today to have a look at some of their excellent cars. A decent turnout of cars from Autobahn Scotland as well. Keep watching, I'm going to put out some more videos, probably fewer at this time of year given the weather. Been really lucky with that today. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you for the next one. And now I need to step out of the way before I get run over.